My discography is a hit list. The hottest girl is on my hit list. The hottest parties, I'm on the guest list. Roll up a gram like an exam, glitz and glam. My discography is a hit list. The hottest girl is on my hit list. The hottest parties, I'm on the guest list. Roll up a gram like an exam, glitz and glam. Numbers going up, I need a plaque. I need diamond girls to floss like I got too much plaque. All I do is chill at the crib and kill a track. You're probably on the menu if you say you rap. My discography is a hit list. The hottest girl is on my hit list. The hottest parties, I'm on the guest list. Roll up a gram like that.
Oh, no, he didn't. Oh, no, he didn't. What are you doing, Michael?
Wiping my butt, man.
You look like late 80s, early 90s hip-hop rapper there with the hat on sideways.
Can I offer you a nice egg in this trying time?
You look like a young fella that needs an egg. I'll tell you who needs an egg, Michael. I'm already ready to go on a rant. Somebody's missing. His name is Falcon. Okay? Did the Falcon miss because of his lady? Yes, he did. That's fine. But did he take her on a retreat? No. Did he take her on a fancy date? No. This mofo, this grown-ass man, took his grown-ass woman on a 5-hour drive to Cedar Point for some Halloween ride the rides. How old is this guy? How old is this guy?
Bears are overrated. Bears are overrated. They have one right here locally. I'm sure they're all across the country. They're the most overrated thing on earth is a county fair.
Sweet, your internet's already screwed up. So now here we go. My co-host is gone. My filling co-host is lagging. I heard you, though. No, it's not a fair, Michael. He went to Cedar Point. It's an amusement park. But they're having like a Halloween thing. The guy's 50 years old. He's 50 years old. He skipped his obligation of the show to ride roller coasters, okay? Now, I miss things for my lady, so I understand it. But roller coasters? I mean, come on. But we have a great show. I'm excited about it. It's what just happened. We have a ton of topics, so we really can't waste too much time. This is probably the biggest topic list we've ever had. Me and Falcon usually do the what are you drinking? I have my Manly Man cup. I have the Goggle Fokker from Fatheads. You have the tainted FedEx water that they probably pulled out of the back of the dock. Right?
1,000%.
I'm bursting, Jerry. I'm bursting. I do have network news. We've moved our betting subscription service to our YouTube, a members only section of YouTube. It's going to be better because now our bettors, me, the Gamble guy, Pete, Greg, we can actually live stream too for the members only. So it's pretty exciting about that. Oh, here we go. All right. And you yelled at me before for over promoting. So that's all I'm going to say about that.
Oh.
Okay. Well, you have. You have. And you know what? I'm going to take your side. Sometimes it is too much of an infomercial. So, all right. You have any input here yet, or am I just going to ramble on?
No, the first topic is going to hit us pretty hard, so I'm excited.
Yeah, so we learned, since we're monetized on YouTube, we got to be careful how long we play this video, but I'm going to play the beginning of it. If we get dinged, I'll fix it right after the show. But you have to hear what he says. Najee says, what? This is wild. Now, what did you say? What did you preface this video with? We're going to get it hit pretty hard right off the bat.
Yeah, this is a tough one.
This is wild. All right. This is the press conference after they won, I think, the Monday Night Football game. Here we go.
You was running possessed tonight, bro.
Oh, shit. Shout out my nigga, though. Oh, shout out my...
What just happened?
Shout out my boy. Shout out my boy.
Look how he looks after he said it. He knew he messed up. I mean, what just happened here? Do we hold this against them? I mean, I know that's how they talk off camera. I mean, it is. That's how they talk off camera to each other. They're just being boys. He saw one of his boys. He got excited. He forgot he was on camera. I mean, honest question, Mike, because you have your finger to the pulse of things like this. Do you think he's going to get in trouble for that?
Yes. I mean, and at the first I'll say, I see you, Najee. I see you right there, boy, with the cameras in your face and the microphone in front of your mouth, and somehow you did not know. Whatever. I think he just didn't care. And then he realized, oh yeah, I kind of do care after I said it. It sounded better in his head. But I will say this though. Let me put on my white boy hat now, which is nothing. I do think.
Wait. You put your white boy hat on. What was that accent you just did? What just happened?
It's my boy Najee. Come on, man. Leave the guy alone, man. That's my doggy.
All right, go ahead with your thought. I didn't mean to interrupt.
I truly believe that the NFL, one of the words, whether or not they're going to say it in public or not, that they've told people not to use at press conferences is probably the N-word in any form, because it is a controversial thing. It's a bad look for the league. And like I said, I don't know this for a fact, but I'm 90% sure in my head, if I'm a billionaire, I'm like, and who owns a league like this, or a trillionaire for crying out loud, this is a bad look, and that's why no one ever says it until. That's why he looks so like, oh crap. He knew.
Counterpoint.
Go ahead.
I'm thinking of Louis C.K. and his comedy stand-up. When you can say one word, you could say the same word, and it depends on how you say it, makes it either fine or derogatory. Like Jew. Okay, you could say he's a Jew. This is a Louis C.K. bit. This is not my words. I'm quoting Louis C.K.'s bit. He said, oh, yeah, that guy's a Jew. But if you say, yeah, he's a Jew, and you put some stank on it, then it's a bad word. Najee he didn't say that word derogatory. When I first brought up this subject, I said, that's how they talk. It's just an adjective to them.
So here's my thing. There's also two different spellings of that word, which they claim there's a difference on, which of course, whatever you believe on that is whatever. I just think I don't think the NFL wants any version of that word. It would be my guess. I could be wrong, but he looked very guilty. He looked guilty of like my wallet just got a lot emptier after I said that. That's what he looked like.
I don't know if he was thinking about his wallet. I just think he realized, oh crap, I'm actually on live TV.
That could be a possibility.
Yeah. I don't think these guys get scared about $20,000 fines or whatever it's going to be, but
yeah.
He's
been quiet. He's a quiet guy. I've never heard anything from him, good or bad.
We're not adamantly disagreeing with each other. I think we slightly disagree with each other. I don't think it's that big of a deal. I think it's a kind of a glimpse. I think it's a glimpse into how they really are. But you're right. The NFL, these billionaire owners, they're like frightened turtles. They're probably going to take some action because they cringe at every controversial thing. But meanwhile, they'll sign domestic violence abusers to 10-year, $80 million a year contracts. So, I mean, they're not they're not on the moral high ground, but I hit you with a hot topic right off the bat, and I'm bringing the fire, Michael, with the topics. We're not easing into this show.
I'm sweating already. It's ridiculous.
Fans cheering injury. I can't wait to see what you say about this. Now, look at this fan in the video. You're going to see him right here. What? Now, okay, this guy's clearly excited. I mean, he wants the crowd to just get into it. He's clearly excited that a player got injured. It was an ugly injury, too. He popped his ACL, I think, or something like that, or tore something. I want to hear how you feel first, and then I'll chime in.
Couple things here. I may have a counterpoint later for you that might provide context to this. But from what my initial conversation was, and I believe you saw me in direct messages talking to you about this in a group chat, was I think the court of public opinion has made things like this Deshaun Watson cheering, if anyone was cheering, possible. I think that I know he paid off some people, but to be fair, that could also be PR, just trying to, get him out of his hair. All I know is that Deshaun Watson was never criminally charged or jailed, or for that matter. I don't see. I think the fans believe what they want to believe. Ray Lewis didn't get. If Ray Lewis ever got hurt, I mean, I don't know if the fans would cheer him because it was so long ago. Kobe is a legend and an icon, but yet Deshaun Watson, we pick and choose our battles.
Okay, there's a lot to unpack there, Michael.
Yes,
okay,
there
first
is.
of all, you said he just paid the accusers off to get them out of his hair. I know what your bankrolls are like. Most guys don't just hand out a couple $1 million to people that falsely accuse them, for one, okay? Two, Kobe didn't commit a crime, okay? He cheated on his wife. All right.
Deshaun do.
Deshaun, presumably, because that's what the accusations are, forced women into sex.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, you disagree.
I think 25 or 30 people went in there doing sex work, and I think they came out wondering, oh my gosh, I just had sex. Like, hold on now. I don't think it was just massages. I don't believe that. I think it was like an Asian spa kind of deal. I'm sorry.
You think it was a happy ending place?
I think people are was slut and whore is the right word? I think people are horny, okay? I'll say it.
People are horny.
Can I offer you a nice egg in this trying time?
I don't think all these players just act like they've never been to a strip club in their lives. And it's like, but what if a strip club, what if those women started saying, oh, well, he touched me. Like, dude, you're at a strip club. What do you think's going to happen here? I'm just wondering.
You're all over the map, but okay. I mean, my only thing is, look, he's never been convicted, and we've gotten way off topic, but we'll get back to the topic. We have to work through these issues before we get back to the actual topic. Yeah, he's never been actually convicted of anything. I'm just saying you don't pay people off if you're innocent, unless somebody convinced him paying them off is cheaper than paying for, endless court dates to try to prove who was right and who was wrong. Regardless, back to the topic at hand. There's a wrap there. It's in bad taste, I think, to cheer injury. It just is.
Agreed.
It's just in bad. And you and I disagree on whether or not Deshaun Watson's guilty or not, but I still think it's in bad taste. Am I shocked? No. The average member of society shuffles around the mall eating and spending and scratching their ass. Like, I listened to George Carlin today, so I have to apologize. I listened to George Carlin today, but I'm not surprised. I just think it's lowbrow to cheer an injury, regardless
it's like kicking someone while they're down. Like, it's like someone's already hurt and bent over. It's like, why, it's like shoving a defenseless person. Like, it's like a UFC fighter, you knock the guy out and then you keep on kicking his dead body. It's like, you're going to draw a line sometimes here.
Which I saw Chris McNeil, which I love the guy, I respect him. He's a Cleveland guy. His name's Reflog on Twitter. He's actually promoted 12 on Sports for us in the past for a small fee. And he was defending, saying the fans weren't really cheering the injury. They cheered, like they gave the golf clap as he was being carted off. But we see videos like this. Now, it wasn't the entire crowd cheering the injury, but there was definitely people cheering the injury. You can see from the guy's down. It's not like he's on the cart now. He's down, and this guy's like, get it out. Let's go. Let's go. So, there are some fans that definitely cheered the injury, and you can't deny when you have video like that.
So, so that's where that was the kind of point I was going to make earlier, and I'm glad the conversation went that way. This Cleveland sports guy, like on some news network in Cleveland, I wish I would have written it down to reference it. He was saying, the majority of social media saw a couple of videos that looked bad at first. But he said he was there, and most people were not cheering. They were, they were just quiet, like they had their phones out wondering what was going on because it was Deshaun Watson. And there's other videos I've seen to back this up. There was also like a WWE voiceover for like, you deserve it, but like it was actually a fake video in the first place.
Of course.
So he was, huh?
I said, of course. You don't hear me?
No, I was talking too much. So basically, he was saying it's like by math and stats, of course, there's going to be a few jerks and losers. The same people who booed him when he came out the tunnel are probably going to cheer his injury. It's like, but not the whole fan base is like that. But Browns fans took a beating because of a couple of videos that went viral.
Right. So two things to unpack what you just said. First of all, I razzed you in Montana. You're just like my nephew, and he's like the same age as you. You young people will hear something, ingest it, and immediately say, huh? But you heard what I said, so it's hilarious. But yeah, what you're saying is what I'm thinking. A few bad apples spoil the bunch. It's a microcosm of society in itself. So I don't think the crowd in general was cheering. I think it's bad taste to cheer injury, whether you like the person or not. So, all right, moving on. This one's really a what just happened. Too bad your old pal Glenn wasn't available because he's been screaming for robot umps pretty much daily. But you and I know he's the old man screaming at the clouds, even though he's like 25 years old. But Manfred baseball expects an automated strike zone within the next 4 years. What just happened? I hate this. I'm going to keep letting you go first, but I hate this. That's all I'm going to say. What do you think?
So I think now it's kind of like, why now? This Manfred fellow, as he's not been a good commissioner for a number of things that baseball fans more hardcore than I am can guess and think about. I think this should have been done years ago if you were going to do it, and now it's like you kind of told people, hey, it's the human element of the game, it's the imperfection of the game, and will you see a big old hurrah strikeout? No, it's not as cool. But it's like, this has been around for quite a few years now, and I just don't get why now. It's like,
I know why now. I'll tell you why now. And
why?
I'm into psychology and all that. You know my background with counseling through Cornell and all that. So humans have a couple things that they need. They need to know the culprit because there's always someone to blame. They often think they were cheated. So baseball's trying to eliminate the we were cheated, and they always need some kind of absolute. So the reason I hate it is I like the human element. I mean, I don't want my team to get cheated, but I also don't want this to turn into a digital robotic. It's going to get boring. Honestly, it's going to be boring. Like like you just said, the animated ref, I think of Naked Gun, which is hilarious, but the animated refs or the different strike zones, that used to be like a nuance in baseball that made the game beautiful. Like, oh, this today's got a wider strike zone. It's going to be an interesting dynamic. You take all that human fun element out of it. And it's literally, I wonder how much of this has to do with all these leagues getting in bed with the gambling society and nobody wants to feel cheated.
And I'm glad you mentioned the gambling stuff, because how many times have we seen fans say, "Oh, that wasn't fair. We should be refunded," even though they literally gambled on a game. That's a great point, because I didn't even think about that aspect of it. That's a good point, though. It's like the MLB's like, "Oh, well, I guess we have to apologize to our gambling people." Like, why? They put money on a game, dude. They got the ump had a bad call. Deal with it, dude.
Yeah, unless you're putting money on mutual funds, there's risk in it. So, and there's even risk in that. But you said why now? That might be the answer. Why now? Because all these leagues want a piece of the $1 billion pie that is gambling. And so does 12 Ounce Sports. Go to our YouTube. We have a gambling section. You have members only. But I think that's why now. I think that's the answer to why now. I mean, that. If we're going to talk baseball, kudos to baseball. My girlfriend and I were just talking because the playoffs were happening and the Guardians were in the playoffs. She said, how long do these games take? I said, I actually have to credit Major League Baseball. The games are no longer 4.5 hours long with the pitch count. This may speed it up too, but again, you and I are going to keep repeating each other. I hate the human element being taken out of baseball. It's a nuance that I used to love. Oh, tonight we have kind of a wild pitcher. There's a tight strike zone with this ump. It's a new dynamic, new part of the strategy that you're taking out of it, and then it's just dumbed down. I mean, is there going to be anybody behind the catcher?
What's the point? It's like just to be there. And plus, there's no more arguing either. But
right, which is exciting. Speaking of other exciting news, and I think you're going to love this topic because you're a big basketball fan. I think this is cool. I don't know why there was so much hate. I know Rome in the morning talked about this, and then some people commented on his YouTube short about he was hating on LeBron. He wasn't hating on LeBron. He said this was a brilliant move by JJ Redick. It's first of all, it was historical, and it was smart by JJ Redick to do it, to make history. And Rome just simply said, Bronny's not going to win the Lakers games. JJ Redick did this to make history, and people are like, why are you hating, bro? But he wasn't hating. But that aside, this was a really cool moment. I don't know who you address, but I'm Gamble Guy.
Yeah, that's right. Gamble Guy El Jefe himself. Oh, well, there's two different people. Whatever, who cares? It's 51-35, the draft, just to get it out the way. And he only plays those 2 minutes and 54 seconds, which rounds up to 3 minutes on the box score. He does nothing but go -5, which is like the team got outscored by 5 when he was on the floor. I am now at the camp that people were right. LeBron got the kid drafted. And one of my biggest arguing points for this is Dalton Connect, their first-round draft pick, was a steal, is going to be amazing as a sniper from 3. And then Bronny happens. It's like, okay, I was defending Bronny to the core, and now it's like, why is he in this game? He obviously was not good enough to play.
I think I started out by saying why they did that. It was to make history, Mike. That's all it was to do. I mean, Bronny, do they have a D League?
They do have a G League, yeah.
Or G League? Okay.
It's developmentally, but it's called the G League because of Gatorade. But anyways, yes, they do. And
that's probably where that's probably where he's going. They just were doing it to make history. I don't have a problem. I'm not even an NBA guy. I don't even like LeBron because I'm a Cleveland guy. But I still think it's kind of cool. You're mad because Bronny's not going to contribute to the team, and there's better players that they could have put in. But
it's not even just
they put him in for 3 minutes for a reason, though.
Yes, but why not the end of the game? Why? I don't know why. If you're going to tease the fans, and listen, I understand it's a great moment.
I get that point. Okay.
I know. I've been on board. You know this 1,000%. I've been on board defending LeBron and Bronny in the draft process. I think it's been great. And then I saw this, the waves that ammo is things like this. Like, he's the GM. And yeah, newsflash, great players get what they want. See Aaron Rodgers with the Jets.
Right.
I'm torn because it's like, why not in garbage time in the fourth quarter? It's like, just get out of the way now. I can't get on board with that, man. I have to be honest. And I don't think that was history that should be celebrated if he's not that good.
I get it.
I think it's unfair.
I get it. I know where you're coming from.
Can I offer you a nice egg in this trying time?
I need one, man. I need some grilled cheese crackers.
I'm going to have to boil an egg after that one. Now, the next topic, I mean, we brought the fire today with the topics. If Falcon was here, this would have to be a 2-hour show.
It'd be nuts.
Because he and I can go off on these topics forever. This is going to hit home, Michael. The WNBA Players Union opts out of the collective bargaining agreement. I'm going to go first because you're the WNBA aficionado of 12-ounce sports. You've been doxxed. You've loved the WNBA so bad.
That's right.
What the hell are these players doing? They finally got a little traction, okay, with Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese. They have household names. They still lost $40 million this year, and they're going to pull a U.S. women's soccer card, okay? These leagues are going to keep losing money. Who's funding it? Who's paying for it? Who's paying for this? They lost $40 million. Like, what is the end game here? Does the NBA keep funding the league? Is that what's going on? Does the NBA still fund the league, Mike? What are you writing down? Are you doing your homework for kindergarten? RIPW. Okay. He's saying this is the death. I like that you wrote that down. This is the death of the I think you might be. I mean, they keep hemorrhaging money, and then the players union opts out of the CBA. Like, shouldn't you be making, and I saw somebody online say, there's a difference between revenue and profit. Trust me, bro. I have a business degree from Purdue. I understand that. But whether you're taking a bigger chunk of the revenue or a bigger chunk of the non-existent profit, you're still lowering the bottom line. And there is no bottom line in the WNBA. They don't make money. So whether you take it from the revenue, because you have to, because there's no profit, then guess what? If you take it from the revenue, the profit, you take even bigger losses and bigger losses. And eventually, when the losses are big enough, the NBA is going to be like, well, I don't know what the fuck you guys want us to do. You're on your own. And they're going to go under.
You know, it's really discouraging as a person who since 2017 publicly has enjoyed this league. And I'll show this again because I'm a person, as on record and doxed accordingly, loves the WNBA. From what they did to Caitlin Clark, from what they did to try to make Angel Reese even close to her talent level, what they did with the one fan who wore a shirt and all of a sudden she got called a racist. They've alienated fans because they have a pulse and actually like Caitlin Clark. They have given these people all these like private flights now. They're getting endorsement deals, and yet they whine and they moan and they complain and they talk. In the WNBA Finals, Brianna Stewart saying, "Oh, I got threatened." Like no one else has gotten threatened during an NBA Finals game. I'm sorry, I'm going to say it again. Dox me, I don't care. It's so frustrating watching the league self-destruct in real time. Because if the NBA players, I don't know, I could go back in time and check. If the NBA players had a CBA back then when Larry Bird and Magic Johnson happened, and they got jealous of all this stuff happening, and they said, you know what, we want even more money. Screw it. Caitlin Clark is the only hope you have. She's playing overseas in Europe from what I've heard. And now it's like, I'm begging her, take the big three. Take it, run with the money, leave these weirdos alone. They're so weird. They're so like Chineo Gumokwe, who goes on ESPN all the time, like a former WNBA player and current WNBA player technically, is like, like there were people who paved the way, and they did nothing.
Yeah,
they screwed you for years, and you're one breadwinner. Oh
yeah,
my God, it's so frustrating.
They're talking about the players that paved the way, but they paved the way to massive losses. I think it's at the tune of $1 billion at this point total since the history of the WNBA. The NBA backs them. I don't know if they still do.
They paved dirt roads back. I mean, Gamble Guy, they paved dirt roads. That's what they paved for us.
Yes, and all they have to show for it is $40 million in losses after they clearly hated Caitlin Clark. She was packing gyms. I mean, Angel Reese is a big name too, but like you have an opportunity and you're shooting. It's the old saying, cut off your nose to spite your face. Like, Why are you doing this? What just happened?
It's this show is for those that wondering. It's like what just happened. It makes you go think that. I call it WTF at the same time. It's like what are we doing?
Yes.
Like this is your moment. Don't ask for more money because then you lose more money. It's just if only one player's selling out gyms, why don't you embrace her? Why don't you have fun with it? Learn from her, get better, wait for the next wave to come in, and then beg for more money. This is not the time.
Yes.
It's not the time. What are the leagues going to do? Well, let me find something stuck in my crack back here because I don't know. I don't know where the money's going to come from.
TV deals. So they're going to talk ESPN or somebody into paying them even more money, or the NBA is going to back them even more. So
more Ion deals.
Yeah, it's going to be a bad. It's like a it's a bad. It's a householder business that has no financial stability or responsibility, so they get mommy and daddy to cover them, or they get loans to pay off credit cards, and eventually, I mean, they might be able to put a Band-Aid on the leak for a while, but eventually it's going to fail. We got one more topic for the break, and it's already 2 after the top of the hour. Speaking of what just happened, Longhorns are off their rocker. What in the world are Texas?
Like, you're going to blame the refs. Your team's down 23-8. You're so pissed off you're going to throw trash at the referees. I mean, do they feel happy that the referees overturned the call for that one moment of fame? I don't like. No one gets no fan gets credit. What is the personal gain for someone to just haul trash and make this field unsafe? And prolong the game. What is the benefit? I've never understood that.
Well, you said sports is getting too big for its own good. Sports has always been good. I think sports has become a lot like politics is becoming very polarized and aggressive and angry, and our team's got to win this year. And then you have college fans throwing trash on the field because of a call. Insane activities going on in the world of sports. That's why this show will always exist. I love it. Falcon's probably on some kind of roller coaster. He's not 50 anymore. He's 5. So
hopefully he's stuck upside down.
Yes. How dare he shirk his responsibilities of this show? Folks, we're going to take a 2-minute commercial break. We have more hot topic. I'm telling you, this is the best topic list we've had in a while on what just happened on a beautiful Thursday night. It was gorgeous here in Ohio. Hopefully wherever you're at, you had beautiful weather. We got about 25 minutes left in the show. We'll be back in 2 and 2, baby. Peace. We'll see you in 2 minutes. Need tickets to that next event? Well, at 12 Ounce Sports, we've got them with soccer anywhere in the world. Tickets to any venue, any sport. Want to go to NCAA or NFL football matches? We've got them. Baseball at every level. Every Power 5 matchup is available. Don't forget, costumes and paint are optional. What's that? You want to go to Broadway? We have those too. Want to jam out? Every concert, every artist. That's right. At 12 Ounce Sports, we've got the tickets for less. 12ozsports.com/tickets. That's 12ouncesports.com/tickets.
Welcome to MyBookie. You're ready to create an account and start making money. And we're here to help. And remember, you can get a bonus of up to $1,000 on your first deposit. Now you're ready to bet. Just go to mybookie.ag, visit the sportsbook, click on your bet, and input the amount you want to risk or win in the bet slip. Yes, it's that easy. Just remember, at MyBookie, you play, you win, you get paid.
My discography is a hit list. The hottest girl is on my hit list. The hottest parties, I'm on the guest list. Roll up a gram like an exam, glitz and glam. My discography is a hit list. The hottest girl is on my hit list. The hottest parties, I'm on the guest list. Roll up a gram like an exam, glitz and glam. Numbers going up, I need a plaque. I need diamond girls to floss like I got too much plaque. All I do is chill at the crib and kill a track. You're probably on the menu if you say you rap. My discography is a hit list. The hottest girl is on my hit list. The hottest parties, I'm on the guest list. Roll up a gram like an exam.
Oh, sugar, it's a beautiful Thursday night. Thursday's the new Friday, coming at you live on 12 Ounce Sports. It's what just happened. Why did you interrupt my promo, Michael?
Oh, I don't know. I had my rally cap
Can
on.
I
so
offer
coming
you
back
a
to
nice
better
egg
than the
in
other-
this trying time?
Michael, don't interrupt me again.
Oh.
Don't you dare interrupt me. I'll ground you. I'll make you go to your room. You were saying backstage, everything's open air here. You were saying backstage when the Falcons on were funnier. Falcon seems to bring it out of me. But I said, and for the viewers listening, when Falcon's on, it turns into more comedy and off the rails. But I like the break once in a while. Michael and I get serious, and I think it comes, it brings a little bit more serious talk about sports. R.I.P. WNBA. Speaking of, I brought up politics right before the break, and we're talking about comedy. Antonio Brown, political speaker? What just happened? And this isn't a take on who I'm voting for. I'm just saying, if I didn't have Antonio Brown speaking at a political rally on my bingo card back in September. So and Le'Veon Bell too.
Jeez, listen. I think sports. Okay, so without getting into politics about this, how about athletes? Every time someone does this, every time any candidate from any party tells you, "Hey, why don't you come speak for me?" I would say, for my platform, even though these guys don't critical think like this, at least these two don't, I would say nah, because I don't feel like I should influence who they vote for. If politics are as serious as people say it is, if I had to worry about Taylor Swift and Antonio Brown telling me who to vote for, oh, good God Almighty!
I don't like the. I don't like the. I didn't like the people telling LeBron shut up and play basketball. Athletes have opinions, okay?
Sure.
They have opinions. And I like Antonio Brown. I follow his Twitter. I think it's hilarious, his X or whatever. I think it's funny. I'm not criticizing who he's backing in the race. I'm just saying, if you're a political candidate, does former President Trump read his Twitter? Because on any given day, Antonio Brown's making sex jokes. He's calling people the N-word. He's calling people cracker of the day. It's probably not the most professional of people you want speaking for you. But in this day and age of influencers, they're like, oh, he has millions of followers. This could help us. That's why I find it odd. I'm not making a political commentary on who he's backing or anything like that. I mean, I'm right down the middle personally in my history of voting, but it's just does his campaign read Antonio Brown's ex?
The room here. Yeah.
Do they read his ex? On any given day, he's making a blowjob joke.
Or there's a lot more than that. Or showing like the anatomy of a person, of a man, whenever he outside of his what. Whenever
I saw that. Yeah.
That was wild. But I'll say, even with the LeBron thing, it's sure, have an opinion, but if I had to call you to a rally, it really shows you the state of politics in general, which is why I'm so glad we talk sports only 99.9% of the time. This is the 0.01. This is the 0.01.
So when people say, or did you start 12 Ounce Sports to make money? I'd be like, I usually tell people, no, if I wanted to make money, I would have started a political commentary network because that's what sells, but I'm not into it. I'm not a big LeBron fan because he left Cleveland, but you said something about LeBron. He never spoke at a political rally, did he?
No, but even when, of course, we're not going to tell him to shop and dribble. He can voice an opinion. He can say anything after a press conference. But if you're a political candidate, I'm trying to think from their point of view. I'm
fine with LeBron speaking up about social issues.
Right,
I'm fine with Antonio Brown on his ex backing Trump. It's I'm fine with Antonio Brown backing Trump, but why is Trump having him speak at a political rally when just yesterday Antonio Brown had a picture of a woman pretending to blow Ronald McDonald? He's not the most professional, or you know what I mean?
Well, even the other candidate, which I don't want to say any of their names, I think it's stupid. But the other candidate, the female, she goes on a very popular podcast, and again, it's I don't like when they
were talking about blowjobs. I'm saying we have two candidates that are they're not using discretion or morally sound people to back them. It's weird, but I'm not against the whole LeBron should shut up and dribble. I was against that.
But as far as bringing athletes to rallies, it's you're basically telling fans, hey, because you like him, you should vote for me. And that's where I'm like, okay, come on. I think athletes should think better. I'm like, come on, man. I don't think any other athlete would do this right now, but especially in this day and age. But I do think Antonio Brown's an interesting one for sure.
Well, that goes back to me watching. I listened to George Carlin today, and I shouldn't have with all these topics. But you said, millions of people love this athlete. Maybe they'll vote for me if he speaks for me. Like I said, George Carlin said in one of his specials, the general public are semi-conscious consumers that eat everything and buy everything. Like they are influenced by stuff like that. So that's why the political candidates do it. But I don't know. But I thought it was funny. Anyway, we'll move on from that. Here, I'm going to make fun of my own team. Did you know the Cleveland Browns have not scored 20 points this year?
It's funny because people make fun of the Steelers.
Have you scored 20 points in a game in 20? I like the yes. I like it. I like the yes, but we call them runs.
That's wild. Hey, look at my little Colts right there. Dude, this is crazy. This is a crazy graphic.
Yes.
This is great.
Well, I have another crazy graphic for. I didn't pull it in. It was Reflog again. I've referenced him twice now. A Cavs player had 19 last night. The most the Browns have scored this year is 18. So, yeah.
Come on.
They have not scored more than 18 points this season. And they're starting Jameis Winston. And this was my favorite quote of the week, building up to Jameis Winston's first start with the Browns. This is kind of funny. Jerome Ford, the running back. Jameis Winston calls a play in the huddle like he has a surprise to tell. What just happened?
I'm going to do a Jameis Winston impression. I was like, yo, let me tell y'all, man, right here, we're about to run this BY6 banana, and y'all about to find out real quick how it's going to go now. I'm excited for y'all. Jerome Ford, you going to get the ball behind me, and Omar, you going to ride out there when I'm ready to go. And Deshaun Watson, I love this brother. I'll play for him. I love this guy.
You have one voice. You have one voice when you're trying to do the W's. You got the W's? We're going to eat some W's today?
Yeah, come on. We're going to eat some W's. Come on now. We don't get this.
I thought this was funny, though. I actually like Jameis Winston. I mean, I don't know what kind of a person he is. We know he stole. We know he was accused of something. But you're on Deshaun Watson's. You're on Deshaun Watson's side of being accused. Jameis Winston was accused. He was not arrested. His personality, though, is comical. And I can see him whispering in the huddle like he's got this big surprise. It's hilarious. But the point of the topic is, how can an NFL team in this era be 7 games in and not have more than 18 points in a game? It's pretty embarrassing.
The XFL in there is rough, too.
I can't get over the yes, but we call them runs part of this graphic. What just happened?
And the Athletics are on there, and they suck this year? Holy crap.
Oh, yeah. One of the worst teams in baseball. Oh, yeah. Michael, can I offer you a nice egg?
And there's obviously the mascot's the star of the show, but the guys who are like pulling out the egg are like these, like, you know, in these Indiana Jones wilderness type outfits. It's like, come on.
What am I watching, though?
Look at this guy's hat. Look at those. It's so bad.
Why are they doing this? This is like WWE stuff. What is happening? Is this like, are these leagues like, what? I think they're trying to justify the $200 ticket. They're like, we have to wow them. We have to entertain them. 48 straight minutes of entertainment. There's a timeout. Bring out an egg. Get an egg out. Let's go. That's the egg. What is going on? Dude, can I get on my old man soapbox? Literally everybody in the crowd was looking at it through their phone. They were watching it, but they couldn't watch something with their own fucking eyes. They had to watch it through a screen because we live through a screen. Folks, when my daughter was little, she's a grown adult, almost 25. There was a movie that came out called Wall-E, and all the humans were grossly overweight. They sat in chairs with the screen right in front of their face, and they never left the chair. Welcome to reality, folks. Look, I'm going to watch this one more time. This is discouraging. This is depressing. Oh, my God. I'm going to have to drink heavy after the show.
Oh, quick.
Why are they recording it? You could just watch it on What Just Happened and then rewatch it as many times as you want.
And then Barney pops out, I love you. Let's play basketball.
Oh, my God. Barney voice.
Barney impression, yes.
Didn't you used to do a Mickey Mouse voice? I'm going to take a drink. That's why I asked that question.
Oh, of course, Goofy. Oh, you been, Gamble Guy? I hear about your new subscription service. Huh.
So do you remember when the fan early in the season said, if Florida State loses, I will eat dog crap out of a red Solo?
Oh, where'd he go?
He disappeared, but a new fan of Liberty said, if Liberty loses to Kennesaw State, who has never had a Division I win in the history of their team, who was 0-6, Liberty was 5-0, and I couldn't find the graphic in time for the show, but another fan did it. If so-and-so loses to so-and-so, I will. Like, why do people keep doing this, Michael? Are they trying to get clout online?
Yes, but also, have they not learned from Alabama? Imagine if an Alabama fan say, hey, y'all, if we lose to Vanderbilt, I will eat dog poo on national television. Well, how'd that work out for you?
Well, people should wise up. You know what I mean? Like, hey, if my team loses to Vanderbilt this weekend, the hot chick at the Texas game has to sleep with me. Something like that. What just happened?
What just happened? It's all happening.
You should always set yourself up for success.
Or have some more balls in this. Say, if my team don't cover the 28.5, I will eat dog crap on national television.
Well, if you lose, you didn't cover. I mean, Liberty didn't cover.
Care.
Liberty was favored by like 27.5 and lost to Kennesaw State, so they couldn't.
Oh, they actually did lose it. Oh, wow! I thought this was this week. They actually.
No, Kennesaw State won.
Let's go, Bulldogs. I don't know what they're called.
After another fan made a bold statement like, if Liberty loses to Kennesaw State, I'll do this demeaning thing. I wonder if they disappeared. Are you looking it up?
Kennesaw State mascot.
Can I offer you a nice egg in this trying time?
Scrappy the Owl. Yes. Go Owls.
No, the Owls lost, you big dummy.
No, Kennesaw State, that's their mascot, the Owls. The Liberty are the Flames. They're kind of,
I thought Liberty was the Owls. All right, I'm lost. I'm thinking of Florida Atlantic or Florida International or something like that. All right.
Florida Atlantic is the Owls, yes.
Craziness. So, moral of the story, if you're watching, don't go online and say, I'm a Purdue and Ohio State fan because I graduated from Purdue, Ohio person, so I love Ohio State. I'm not going to go online and say, if Ohio State loses to Michigan State, I'll eat my dog's poop. Like, why would you do that? What just happened? It's stupid.
I'll eat my dog.
Well, some people do that, so I wouldn't say that. Some people do that.
Who needs a falcon?
My lady just texted me she had 2 glasses of wine and now feels like crap. Well, honey, it's because you don't know how to drink. You're not Irish like me. All right. Last topic. She should drink tainted FedEx water like Michael does.
Amen.
Michael, I have a question for you.
Oh, no.
Is football war?
Wow. Oh, we have another fan video? Please be another fan fighting video.
No, is football war? Just
no,
answer that.
No.
Just to quote Jimbo Fisher, or no, the old Florida State coach, just answer the dadgum question. It's not war. So why does Toledo feel the need to point a rocket towards Bowling Green in these trying times?
Can I offer you a nice egg in this trying time?
In these times of missiles launching across borders.
Oh, I just thought, I forgot about that. That's a good one.
Is this really necessary? Football is not war. It's a game. Okay? I'm going to leave the folks with, I'm not going to leave you guys with this because we have 6 minutes and I'm not going to go on a long diatribe about this, but Sports are not war, folks. I have friends missing limbs from actual war. What they're doing is playing a game. So this type of stuff, I'm sure somebody in the Glee Club thought this would be fun and kitschy and cute. It's not, because there's actual families in the world that are staring down the barrel of one of those that lands on their fucking house. This is stupid human behavior. This is right up there with what we show weekly of fans beating the shit out of each other in the crowd. You're pointing a rocket towards Bowling Green, Toledo. First of all, a matchup that nobody gives a shit about, Toledo versus Bowling Green. But you're going to simulate a missile attack on another university because your two shitty schools are going to play football this weekend. What just happened?
So at first I was thinking, it's Toledo Rockets. And I was like, oh, crap, there's a whole debate in the Middle East right now that we may want to be a little bit sensitive.
There's not a debate in the Middle East. There's a full-blown war.
Well, that's why I meant the war, that whatever you want to call it. The thing that frustrates me is that it's like, when is it too soon to do this? Like, now would be too soon to point a rocket, even though your school mascot's a rocket.
Yeah, you're going to see a lot of while you're talking, Michael, I didn't mean to cut you off. You're going to see a lot of cloud because now I'm stressed out about this topic. I think it's a stupid human behavior, pretending like football's war. But go ahead.
Yeah, it's just, who approves this? It's like, who's in charge of this? And, shit, like you mentioned, I believe last week, this guy on, like, who had beat somebody up, lost his job. Someone like this should lose a scholarship or something. It's not a good look, man. It's insensitive.
It's not a student. It's a dumbass administrator. I think this would be cute. This would get school pride going. Oh, school pride. We're going to really show Bowling Green. Oh, really? People in the Gaza Strip are literally having those fall on their head, either Israel or Hezbollah. It doesn't matter what side. I'm not taking a side, but
right.
What did we say earlier? Read the room. Like, really? What are we doing? It's football. It's football. We have cheerleaders and bands and crowds and popcorn and hot dogs. And let's point a fucking missile towards Bowling Green because we're going to... What?
Yeah, it's almost like they're doing it to make a joke about the war over there. Like, that's the worst part about this. It's like their whole point of this is, look at the joke we just made. Like, it's not a good look, man. It's not a good look.
I think it's stupid. I honestly think it's dumb.
Go
ahead.
Oh, well. You can take the rocket down. It would help us. Okay. I'm wearing this shirt. And of course, Daily Dive comes back November 4th.
Does it have mustard stains on it?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm good. Also, I've chosen a time for Mike Said It First.
Oh, I'm sure everybody was on pins and needles. Go ahead.
I was saying. Tuesdays at 4 p.m. Eastern. There you go.
Tuesdays at 4 p.m. Mike Said It First, weekly. We're looking for new content, folks. We're monetized. If you're a show that want to simulcast, if you're an aspiring broadcaster or a current broadcaster that wants a new show, 12 Ounce Sports is where it's at. If you're a current subscriber or want to be a subscriber to our betting service, we're red hot, over 80%. Me, Pete, and Greg. Greg's daily fantasies are hot. We moved the platform to our YouTube, a members only section. It's only $6 a month. Check it out at our YouTube at 12 Ounce Sports is our YouTube handle. Let me go to it actually. YouTube channel. Yeah, at 12OZ Sports on YouTube. Just click the join button. You'll get the members only videos. I'll tell you, we're over 80% right now. Me and Pete, did I go 6-0 last weekend? I think I went 6-0 last weekend. I even hit like a weird Brazilian soccer game. Greg's daily fantasy is hot. Check it out on YouTube. It's only $6 a month. Falcon, I hope you're enjoying the roller coasters. I mean, your man card is not revoked because you're with a woman, but we don't respect you. That's all I'm saying. All right, Mike, what's the show called?
What just happened?
My discography is a hit list. The hottest girl is on my hit list. The hottest parties, I'm on the guest list. Roll up a gram like an exam, glitz and glam. My discography is a hit list. The hottest girl is on my hit list. The hottest parties, I'm on the guest list. Roll up a gram like an exam, glitz and glam. Numbers going up, I need a plaque. I need diamond girls to floss like I got too much plaque. All I do is chill at the crib and kill a track. You're probably on the menu if you say you rap. My discography is a hit list. The hottest girl is on my hit list. The hottest party.